Hello, good morning. You know, when you buy a great big, this one came from Italy, but when you buy a great big container full, like we do in the West, of dishwashing liquid, we're used to just giving a little squirt and that's it. But if you buy one of those in the Philippines, that may last a week. Why? Because most Filipinos are used to buying things like this. This isn't detergent, but this here is hair conditioner or something like that. And it's either conditioner, I think this one is conditioner. And what you have to do then is you have to spend hours with a pair of scissors making them into individual. Now that's one use there, one packet there, and one there. And that's how life is here in the Philippines. You spend your life buying them like this, buying what I call bulk supply of individual ones, and you just spend your life cutting them with a pair of scissors so they can be used individually. The story that I'm telling you, of course, is that everything is in small amounts, because if you think about a sari-sari store, which is your local shop just in your neighborhood, not a little mini store, but just a little shop where you run next door to maybe buy one of these and maybe one of these, and maybe two of these, and that is your only expense. You don't go out like we do as foreigners, buying large amounts at a time. We're used to thinking from the point of view of buying something. Buy it in bulk and you'll save money. In actual fact, if you divide the volume that's inside one of these, which is, I can't remember how many mils there are, but very few. That's shampoo, but that's 2 containers. Theoretically, you use one, you wash your hair. But of course, if you're a Filipino, you have twice the long hair, so you would probably use one of these. But when people buy me gifts from overseas, they send me like shampoo, men's shampoo, and you just go squirt. I'm used to just putting a small amount in my hand. But if you do that again with shampoo, it's gone in 5 minutes, because they're just not used to buying in bulk. And something that the Americans bring especially to the Philippines, 2 things: attitude and money. They just cannot step off that wheel. Generally speaking, most who come here and make the loudest noises, not the ones that go through and they're quite happy for their wife to buy them like this, masses of these, and sit there quietly chipping away at the little ones so that everybody's got just a certain amount. These guys, and especially, I'll give you a good example. What's it called? It's called Sick Grandpa. Oh, you know, he talks to, he's like that all the time. Now, you could say that's entertainment. I find it offensive. 2 reasons. One is he's always attacking perfectly good channels or innocent channels that are just out there spreading the word as they see it. And often they're Americans themselves. So you have Americans bashing Americans, and yet you say I'm bashing Americans. No, I highlight issues that Americans may well need to temper, may need to think again about how they present themselves. The same if I was going to target or point out to English and Australians. I mean, there are Australians doing videos here now that I cringe at some of the things they say, and I think, how long have they been here and they still have that attitude? So you Americans are not in the same boat necessarily as them, but my goodness, you have a large following. And the thing that all of these videos are about is realizing to assimilate. What does that actually mean to them? I don't think they know. They'll be the first in 2-3 years' time to complain about all the money they've spent, all the good times they've had, all the women they've scored. But really, have they really come here to retire? Or have they just come here to spread their oats? Which, of course, is not the image you want to have of your fellow man overseas. I cringe if an English guy comes here, all he's out for is a bit of sex every day. I think, why is he coming here to the Philippines? Why not just go wherever he comes from? And it's a lot cheaper, I would think, in the long run, because he doesn't have to come and confront himself with all the issues that might confront him here in the Philippines. But most of all, there are warning signs, not just the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, all these places. They are places, a mecca, a magnet for you guys to come and have a good time. That's not retirement. Retirement is doing things like this, realizing that the world over here is micro business, micro objects, small cans of tuna, small cans of corned beef. Everything is condensed to small. Why? Because every day for many Filipinos, it's one meal, 2 meals a day. Sure, there's wealthy families here who have maybe 4 meals a day. And good on them. They work hard for that. But many of them also have to live and work in that environment. And you may well find people in business where they have 4, 5, 6 different businesses, all making a certain amount of money. Combined, that's what gives them their income. And their income is middle income to higher middle income. You won't find people necessarily, unless they've got large businesses like a construction hardware store, if they're into facial creams like Niche, where the family is very wealthy. They've worked hard over the years and they've got themselves a name for that, but they have branches everywhere. The same as to set yourself up with 50 million pesos to get yourself a franchise like Jollibee. You can't help but make money, but it's hard work. Most people think that they're going to come over here and give their wife money to set up a sari store. No way you're going to make money. Your wife would have to be in there 24/7, making sure that not even herself picks into the food or has a snack without realizing, without paying for it, that's profit down the drain. So often they set up these family businesses, and the family they rob them blind. They don't do it intentionally, but they just think, oh wow, foreigners set themselves up in business. There are businesses there where if you have a skill and you promote that skill in your wife or your girlfriend, then you show her the old story. Don't bring her a fish, bring her a fishing rod. Show her how to fish. That is more important than delivering fish to her door. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. And after all, if you want to laugh, you can see Fred Flintstone every few days spending all his money until it's all gone on 5- and 6-star hotels with a different girl each week. Not retirement in the Philippines, I'm afraid. Bye now.